Hello, everyone. I'm going to walk you through tomorrow's, that is September the 6th, very complex planetary picture. Anyone who has placements around 25, 26 degrees is going to experience it and going to utilize it, of course, if you want to. And it has some quite interesting features. Of course, the most important ingredient is the Pluto-Aries cardinal square, which is this year's main karmic astrological aspect. And it's very interesting because we have in this picture, this complex picture, 3 planets that are retrograding, Pluto, Jupiter, and Aries, and 3 planets that are direct, Mars, Venus, and Astrea, the karma breaker. So you actually have both of the karma breakers in the picture. And if you look at the whole structure in detail, what you really have here is 3 objects are retrograding, looking backward, inward, trying to understand stuff from the inner perspective. You have the 2 so-called sexual planets, Mars, man, Venus, woman, or feminine, masculine, joined in a semi-sextile, actually signifying that we need to work together. Feminine and masculine need to work together and need to appreciate and understand one another. It's the key factor of moving forward. We human beings are made up by 2 sexes. I don't care for genders, okay? Please don't even insult my intelligence. If you don't know who you are, please look between your legs and you will definitely notice who you are. Anyhow, and this is not, that has got nothing to do with sexual orientation. It simply means that those people who have serious issues about themselves as people, as a person, so they have personality issues, are being channeled into this gender idiocy, and they are given the chance to repair something that was mistaken at birth, but it's simply not true. I mean, these people are not happier than they were previously after the sex change. They are miserable. They often commit suicide. I don't even understand why this is going on, other than this is another way to destroy humanity. This is another way to get us into this completely crazy, totally crazy situation where nothing is ever sacred anymore. And it's a very, very dangerous ideology. I do believe in personal freedom. I do believe in personal freedom of expression. And at the same time, I also know that the pendulum went to one side, almost to its extreme, and it's coming back as it always is coming. It's bound to come back, and we won't like it. That's my problem. I am very liberal-minded, but more like early 20th century liberal, and definitely not 21st century liberal, where the atomization of humanity and personality have reached unprecedented proportions and idiocy. Anyhow, let's get back to, sorry about the raving, but I'm really sometimes very desperately sad, what's happening to us human beings, and do hope that we are going back to normalcy at one point, sooner or later, hopefully. So if you look at this planetary structure, you see a number of very interesting configurations, so you can learn a lot from tomorrow's placements. First of all, we do still have the Yod, the finger of fate, 3 days earlier, involving Mars at its apex. The Mars-Jupiter quincunx, which is about enlargement of chivalry. It's also the champion aspect, the champion position, and we just had the Olympics and the Paralympics. It's quite revealing. And then Aries, the big changer of gameplay, because it's simply what happens whenever Aries is prominent. Drastically altered outward circumstances, both natural and man-made, are in the picture, and we need to deal with it. So that's still a very strong aspect here as the configuration. Then we also have two harmony triangles which are moved together. So you actually have a trapeze right here, which is ending in the tiniest of configurations called angel wing, with one sextile and two semi-sextiles joining them. So let's decipher these ingredients, and let's see how they pan out or how you can utilize these. By definition, harmony triangles are creating harmony. There are two flowing aspects, types of aspects joining a trine and two sextiles, and everything is nice, everything is flowing. The first one was the Venus-Jupiter trine, which is big lock, and at the apex you find Astrea, which is the inner karma breaker. So you can move around with your luck and you can break old embedded karma that you don't like. The other harmony triangle consists of Jupiter, Astrea, and Aries. So again, Aries is coming into the picture simply by the fact that we need to act, we need to realize what is changing rapidly around us and what we can do about it. And Aries is opposite Venus, and this opposition is always about how you can stay in your harmony creating faculty in drastically altered outward circumstances. And of course, the T-square, the cardinal T-square involving Venus, Aries, and Pluto is also kind of dissolving this issue, okay? Again, with Pluto in Capricorn, transformation in a rigid structural order, or can also translated by the fact that Pluto is trying to transform rigid power structures. So it goes both ways. And then this whole thing is joining in the trapeze, where you have, and you know, trapezes by definition are stages, how you can get to the stage. And it has this little peak with the angel wing. And it means that everything is upon Pluto, really, the transformation issue. But Pluto is retrograde at the moment. So we need to make those big transformations from the inside by reflection, by consideration, by accepting what is true and what is false. Pluto is the lord of the underworld. So whenever it comes up to the surface, it usually wears a helmet, and that is making him the archetype invisible. We need to search for the truth, and we need to understand what's going on behind closed curtains. If you consider the world situation, Americans have just handed over an $83 billion weapons package to the Taliban. And you need to understand why. Why did this happen? Why did this occur? Are Americans so rich that they can throw around weaponry like this? I don't think so. I mean, there are plenty of people in the United States who deserve better healthcare or better education, and the state should really look after their own people. That's the first and foremost, most important task of a government, of any government. You have to look after your people. You should look after your people. So why are they squandering large amounts of money to foreigners who used to be your enemies? I mean, the Taliban used to be the United States' greatest enemy for 20 years. And all of a sudden they are best buddies. You might wonder why. What are they trying to achieve? Why did they create this horribly potent army power, actually military power in the Middle East, or in the far, as actually it's the edge of the Middle East? Why? You should ask questions, and you should try to find intelligent answers. Of course, I'm just asking the questions. And again, we have this cardinal Earth engine involving Mars, Pluto, and Eris. And the Mars-Pluto trine is still very strong. It is about how you can exercise your energy, your masculine energy, through power in a nice way, in a harmonious way. So we are living again in interesting times. I don't know what to suggest to you. Pluto seems to be at the crux of everything. It's the tipping point of this trapeze plus the angel wing structure, and at the same time, it is also the symbolic mover of the cardinal Earth engine, because cardinal Earth is Capricorn and Pluto is in Capricorn. Pluto-Jupiter aspects are about big success. Pluto-Astrea aspects are about transforming anything that is old embedded, and so in this way you can break your old karma and you can get rid of it. Astrea Venus is about breaking karma regarding money or love or harmony creating faculties. And Jupiter Aries is about the blow up of drastically altered outward circumstances, or the faith by which you can actually tackle these issues. I think I mentioned everything in this picture. By about after tomorrow, maybe by Tuesday, Venus is going to move out, so the whole thing will collapse. A couple of things will still remain. Pluto, Jupiter, and Aries will still remain very, very tight. Actually, the Pluto-Aries square is becoming exact, maybe 4 days later, 3 or 4 days later. So it's going to be even tighter. And since all three archetypes are retrograde, they will be moving together. So first, Venus is going to leave the structure, then Mars, and then Astrea. That's it. I hope you can utilize the energy pattern. As again, you have placements around 25, 26 degrees of any sign. There's so many here, so many things are involved that you can actually pay attention. Pay attention to transformation, to karma breaking, get rid of anything that you no longer want to carry. Both karma breakers are there in a trine, Aries and Astrea, and both action and energy planets are there, Mars and Pluto. So it's going to be very intense. I wish you luck doing your job.